Hi, honey. You've obviously figured out that you're going through a spiritual awakening, and this is why you have found me and watching this video. If you don't know me, my name is Monique and I am a soul guide. I remember many of lifetimes other than this one, and I do remember others being in different civilizations, and this is the light that I embody today. Some would say I chose this life, others would say that I was sent on mission here to help people just like you, to release the entrapment and take you back home to yourself and your inner remembrance of the true divinity that you are, the essence that you hold. As you go through this spiritual awakening, you're going to realize a few things. It isn't pretty, it isn't happy, and it's not just rainbows and butterflies chatting with people on the other side. This is truly the homecoming to who you are. In this video, I'm going to take you through some series of events that you will go through, and I want you to know that you're never alone. This video is super important, and I'll tell you why. Because as I was just relaxing on the couch, Spirit has been in on me. They have been guiding me very, very closely for the last 6 months. And right before I wanted to just have my cup of tea and relax, they have said, please go and put some lipstick on and go and make this video. There are thousands of people across the globe right now looking for this video, looking for you. And so this video is going to be made just for you and anyone that aligns with this energy of just what the hell is going on. Remember, I love you so much, and enjoy. Hi, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Monique. I help intuitive individuals overcome everything that comes with your awakening experience. I help you step into empowerment, remember self, and activate your abundance template. I do this through very specific tools I have learned through my own remembrance and journey as a star. Okay, are you ready? As you remember who you truly are, you're going to go through some specific events. Your increased awareness is going to be next level. This isn't fun. And I remember all of the times I've had to do this, and still it happens to this day, where we have to release the understanding that we had of the recent download or the information that we had. And as we awaken and embody more light, then we release that and deconstruct it as we embody more and more and more of this understanding, this high frequency understanding. And I want you to know that I'm on the same journey as you. There is no hierarchy to all of this. It's just helping fellow travelers of the universe, which is you, my honey. So I remember specifically where you're at right now. We awaken to, oh my God, I'm having a spiritual awakening. I am going through the dark night of the soul. What this means is we have reached the bottom. We have reached the pit of letting people treat us like crap. We have awakened to possibly nobody cares about us, and this is where the victim really sets in. We go head honcho on all of that, and this is the dark night where we are alone, we are sad, we are anxious, we have no idea what is going on, and we have no idea what is coming for us. All we know is that we're going through a spiritual awakening in the dark night of our soul. What this is going to consist of is your sensitivities are going to be up here. You're going to start to see synchronicities. You're going to start to see patterns. You're going to start to see beliefs depending on where you are in that dark night of the soul. You're going to start to see programs. As you start to set foot into that situation, let's call it a situation because it ain't very exciting. As you go in on that, you're just going to wonder who you are. You're going to be releasing an old identity. Now that is a whole thing in itself. Realizing what you were and not knowing what you're becoming or how you feel anymore or what you like and what you don't like. You don't even know if you want to leave the house or see anybody. We're truly getting to know the true version of ourselves. And with that comes a release of an identity of everything that was attached to it. Things that we thought we were going to have as an outcome, ideas, people, thoughts, beliefs, programs, like all of it will be released, because to come into the newest version of you needs to make way and needs to make space in your body. And I guess to put it simply, if it's taken up by all of this crap of false beliefs and false programming and ideals made with our ego, it doesn't stand up in, say, the court of law, the universal law. It doesn't stand up in it. And so thus our ego gets a real big beating. As you start to get used to that, we then enter into something that we call the ego death. I'm guessing you don't need to worry about that part just yet, but when you do go through that, it is just a total other beating again, because you realize that it is just you and only you, that you are operating in some kind of simulation, if you want to call it that, or some kind of paradigm that is just you, just seeing different versions of you. When you go through that, we will have a chat, but you will be ready when that happens, because when that does happen, you would have released all of this, embodying the new understanding and the new light, ready to take on that. The reason I know you're going to be okay is because before you had your spiritual awakening, you were fine. You went through hardships and you got through them, and then kapow, you're into this right now. And you're dealing to it brilliantly. Everything that you're feeling is right on cue, is absolutely fine. And by the time you get to the ego death, you would have embodied all of this to help you with that, and kapow, it happens, and then you will handle it beautifully. What you're going to start to go through is these sensations that you start to have through your body is an increased awareness. We're going to start to feel different energies around us. We're going to start to sense into how people feel toward us. You might even start to tap into the telepathy and you start to feel what they're thinking. You might not have a full-on chat with yourself, or like, you know what it is, and before anyone goes, oh, that's terrible, that's like schizophrenic or whatever it is. I mean, everybody talks to themselves. It's completely normal, and we don't need to go into what thought is alone. We'll leave that for another video, but I want you to know that communicating with yourself is quite normal. Like, it's a part of the human experience, connected into your soul. So as you start to turn on this telepathy, you're going to feel lots of paranoia. You're going to start to feel that people are talking about you and things are going on. You would be correct. This is just you realizing the truth behind situations, because when you go through the dark night of the soul, or you're awakening, you awaken to the truth. You awaken to how people are feeling toward you and how you truly feel toward them, how you feel about your life and how you would like to change it. Now, a part of awakening is to get you to be in alignment with your soul, into your own frequency, so that we can actually start to manifest with thought alone. It becomes very beautiful. The experience here on this planet is very, very beautiful. It's complex, would be another word, absolutely. But at the tail end of it is just a very beautiful, magnetic, unifying experience. And as you come into that, you will have to realize all of the things that you have been abiding by, it hasn't been of unity. It hasn't been of connection, true connection. It hasn't been of true unconditional love. There have been conditions involved. I will do this, you do that. And we have seen it through parents, with the relationship with their children. We have seen it in spousal relationships. We have seen it within friendships. We have seen it nearly everywhere. And so you're breaking all of that down. And so your sensitivities are going to skyrocket up, and you're going to start to feel everything around you. When you don't know what's going on and you start to feel it, you feel very, very insane. You feel paranoia. You feel a little bit schizophrenic. You feel in a psychosis. You feel depressed. You feel anxious because you don't know what's going on. And I understand this more than anyone else. I am probably the most realist light worker starseed you will ever meet. I think this was the job that I came to do, was to meet people where they're at in this human interaction and really just tell them how it is. I think my higher self is very good at this game. I mean, she's been here many a times, and we are guided by her right now. And she is saying, you are okay. This is all a part of the design. This is a part of the plan. And exactly Where you are right now is exactly where you're meant to be. And no matter when you watch this video, whether it's in February 2025 or whether it's in September 2028, this is at the exact moment you're needing to watch this, where your spiritual awakening is really hitting a peak. So much so that you're like, help me on Google or YouTube, and I've shown up. You're going to go through these sensitivities. After that, please don't go into bypassing the spirituality. Most people go into the bypass and they get into a spiritual ego where they start to be like, oh, wow, this is amazing. And they start to really make money from this kind of thing. And they forget about why it was all happening and what the end goal was. They forget about the destination. And when you can't see the destination, you really don't know the truest journey to you. And as you start to see the destination of where we're all going and what the purpose was of us being here, we can then set foot on this journey in alignment and do what we need to do. So please don't spiritual bypass. Stay humble, stay grounded, rooted rightly into the frequency that you are into this planet. And lead with your heart. Your heart consciousness is the most beautiful thing you'll ever have on this planet. It is who you truly are, and it allows you to connect into everything in the quantum. As you begin to release who you are, like I said, you'll enter into the spiritual ego. But I just wanted you to know that this spiritual awakening is something that you decided to come here to do, and I guess I decided to guide you through it. If I am the one that you are meeting through your spiritual awakening, then this was designed. I was meant to be this person for you and to play this role for you. And I am deeply honored that I get to be that person to alleviate some of this angst in you and some of these dark thoughts, deepest of days. I'm so honored that I get to take you out of misery and that entrapment into beauty, sovereignty, peace, and joy. Because when you enter into that, you'll see exactly what I can see, and then you will go on to help other people. As we go through this great awakening, you're going to start to see a lot more and more of this. You're going to see the synchronicities and just how this life is a big, big, gigantic mirror. There are synchronicities and codes in absolutely everything. You're going to work out all of the coding within you. You're going to unlock you and start to work into where you need to get to. You don't need to worry about everything I just said to become, sovereign and come into all of that and activate all of you. All you need to do is to stay in the present moment and understand everything that you are releasing and release it with compassion and forgiveness. If you do exactly that, my beautiful soul, you will come out on the other end. Again, I have done this and I've seen many others out there maybe say it so differently where I'm like, oh, no, I don't think that's the right advice. But again, everyone's entitled to express their understanding. But the quickest way to really unlock you and come into the one code, the one light, unifying with oneness and God is truly compassion for you and others, forgiveness, and that is releasing, that is transmuting, that is healing. It is that simple. Don't complicate it. You have this innate ability to do this, and I'm with you this whole way, this whole journey. So don't forget to subscribe and watch all of my videos because they're going to be about my journey, my insights, along with purely just spiritual awakening like today. So just to recap, the things that you're going to feel in your spiritual awakening is depression and maybe angst and just a longing to go home. You will feel homesick. You will feel a disconnection from yourself as you release yourself. You will be questioning your purpose in life. What does that mean? Why am I here? You will be activating all that you are, but you may not know what that means. And that is the exact thing that will take you into this heightened sensitivity. Your intuition is going to be bang on, and this may arise feelings of paranoia. And you may feel this sensation to go into solitude, to be alone. And this is what I did, is I retreated inward. I really didn't want to see anyone. So I went into my own solitude, into my sacred energy, and tried to just figure out what was going on as to why I was feeling so disconnected from myself as I was releasing my old self. And as you know it now is all of the expectations, the ideas, the outcomes, the beliefs, the programs, the family kind of unit, all of the things. You're rewiring it to a more unified collective feeling. And as you do that, you cannot spiritual bypass, and you will be more into this interconnectiveness than ever. And you will be downloading your own answers and your own wisdom and birthing your own consciousness. And this was pretty much what needed to happen. But there's many others that are still in the spiritual community that may be spreading separation, and we're still bringing in finances to all of this. We're still saying in the spiritual community about money, of being like, yes, you can become a magnet for sure, because the more heightened you are and you're engaging in this physical realm, I mean, money is a byproduct because this is the construct that we're operating in. So that's a no-brainer. But when I see people on the internet that are glorifying this stuff on spiritual awakening, when it is a very sad time as we release self, they're not only glorifying it, but it is really injected into capitalism. Can't even say the bloody word. And we're seeing it more and more and more, that the division within the finances is becoming so heightened when we're meant to be unifying. So remember what I just said. If the exchange is finances on the planet, and you have a heightened frequency of wholeness, oneness, worthiness, you will naturally become the magnet within that construct of finances, if we're operating on that. That's if we're operating on it, right? You become magnetically abundant. That's what it is. You become abundant of what? Well, it's whatever you're engaging in. And right now it is finances. We're operating in the fiat system. So it is going to be an abundant amount of that if you're holding the abundant code, or which is just you. It's authenticity, right? But what I see is everybody using it for division. So just be really careful who you're listening to and what you're doing, because it's not about dividing. It's actually about unifying and coming together and sharing the wisdom of that we are receiving, so that we can come into unity, because we're always an ever-evolving soul. It's infinite, of course. But in this one, if you can see the destination, then you can see the journey. So this is why it's super important that if you can see the destination where these people are coming from, you can see that journey where they're going to be on, and they're going to have to come back into unity. They're going to have to come back into their truest nature. And so thus we see some people spiritual bypassing. You know what I'm talking about. You're not an idiot. I know. And because by the time I come to the internet with all of this information, I mean, it's been digested so many times and sieved through me so many times that it's time to share it. I'm so conservative. I keep on this information in my own body for such a long time, and then all of a sudden Spirit will be like, no, it's really time. Go and share it. So this is the time to share it. That whatever's happening in the spiritual community right now with this division that is going on is absolutely absurd. And at the end of the day, how people are saying that there is this conscious split, which is absolutely correct, but there is a conscious split within the community as well, the spiritual community. There is a split within that too. And I'm sorry that I have to be the one to come to tell you all of this, but I'm here for your truest awakening and your alignment, and to get you to where you actually need to be. And I don't want you to waste time. And some people would be like, well, they're not wasting time because they're still learning if they go down there. Yeah, but if I can stop you actually wasting time and money, I'm going to try. And so if you found this video, this is me saving you from a hell of a lot more tears and wasted finances, hard-earned finances. So you are going through a spiritual awakening, and welcome home. This is going to be the most hardest, torturous, but beautiful experience you have ever been on. And I promise you, by the time you get to the secret garden, by the time you get there, oh my goodness, you are going to be met with a platter. You're going to be met with the sun shining on you. You're going to be so light-filled and abundant and just worthy of absolutely everything, that we're going to be there together, smiling and hugging in joy that we made it through this great awakening.